He doesn't remember anything but playing in the game and waking up in the ambulance. Braden Langwith was pulseless and not breathing in the middle of a soccer game. It could have been a tragic story. Instead, it's one about teamwork. With the help of editor Randy Schwenkert, we take a look at a miraculous moment on the soccer field.
It's probably the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life.
A mix of terrified and shock.
I was just frightened because I thought I was going to lose one of my best friends.
The young man blasting soccer balls is 17-year-old Braden Langwith, a strapping 5'11", 160-pound junior at Liberty High School. And he got bit by the soccer bug early.
I mean, I've played most of my life since I was real little, and I've just loved it. Played on a bunch of different teams, practiced twice a week, 3 times a week for like majority of my life.
His father, Scott, who was a college soccer player, helped to nurture the love. It was kind of a father-son thing.
Floated some other things, but it was always right back to soccer, right? That was his love, and I mean, we put him out there when he was like 2 years old, and he just took right to it. Just started dribbling the ball around Veta and was good to go.
And despite a sprained ankle, Braden was good to go on October 15th in a junior varsity game at Chaminade. He's wearing number 22 and kicking that ball. And then it happened 3 minutes later.
Well, the ball went out for a throw-in, and it got played to the other team, and it smacked him in the chest really hard.
And I hear a thud. Look over, and he's just fell down, no response.
At first we thought it was going to be a concussion. I thought he got hit in the head.
Ann Cohn, who had a son on the Chaminade team, is a critical care pediatric nurse. She hurdled the fence and sprinted to Braden.
Face first on the ground with his face towards to the stand, twitching.
Chaminade trainer Scott Kugler arrived seconds later with an AED to shock Braden.
There's no time to get nervous. It's better to act than not act at all. And that's someone's son, someone's brother, someone's best friend on the field.
In the meantime, Chaminade coach Eric Burge was organizing for help to come.
Cleared the parking lot as best I could for the fire truck and the police to come in.
And Dr. Brian Froke, who is an emergency room doctor who has a son on the Chaminade team also, sprinted to his car in the parking lot to grab a device.
I didn't know whether the patient might have had an unrecognized seizure disorder. I knew nothing about the patient, but I knew that the only thing that was time critical that I could bring to that patient in an emergency would be a defibrillator.
And Braden's parents, who just came to watch a game like they always do, had to watch this instead.
I just remember asking them, is he breathing? Is he breathing? And nobody was answering me. And I took that, I don't know that if they knew or not, but I took that as he was not. So I immediately shifted into prayer, and I just started out loud screaming a prayer. I was just asking God to please spare my son and put his hands on him.
It was on to Children's Hospital, where Dr. Jennifer Silva and her team took over.
We believe he is an arrhythmogenic cardiomyopathy. What does that mean? That means that the heart muscle doesn't function as well as it should, and it puts him at risk for developing abnormal heart rhythm abnormalities. Those abnormal heart rhythm abnormalities is what caused his cardiac arrest.
Braden spent the next 13 days at Children's, and they inserted in his chest an internal defibrillator along with a pacemaker. Soccer is off the table now.
It was upsetting because I just can't, it's such a huge change in my life. Like from doing that almost every day to nothing at all.
However, Braden won a much bigger game. He beat death.
Only 10% of kids who have cardiac arrests will make it to the hospital alive. So he is incredibly lucky. So what would have happened if they didn't start CPR immediately? He would have died.
And there's a secondary miracle. His brain was without oxygen for a bit, and there has been no cognitive impairment. He missed a few weeks of school and still got straight A's.
We are in the middle of a true miracle. I am so thankful. I am beyond grateful to the people that were there, because I know that is the only reason why he is here with us today, is because they trusted their expertise They knew what to do. They did it in the right order. They kept the blood going to his brain.
On this field, great soccer has been displayed because of teamwork, but never was teamwork on display better than October 15th. The nurse, the trainer, the doctor, the prayers, the life-saving equipment, even the timing. If the cardiac arrest happens on the bus 15 minutes later,
without an AED or a public access defibrillator, this would have likely been a fatal event.
All those people coming together to save a life. Because of his time in the hospital, Braden could not go to his homecoming dance, so his girlfriend Reese visited him at Children's Hospital. The Langwith family recently acquired an AED, and they plan on getting CPR certified also. And they strongly encourage all high schools to have an AED at all sporting events. It can save a life. It saved Braden's.